traditional homeschool mom of 6 kids. And if you are anything like me, you are probably looking for the ideal Christmas gifts for your children that are screen-free and will actually last. Things that will ignite their excitement, their learning, their education, but also be things your kids will actually want. Today, I'm going to share with you guys the absolute best gifts that you can get your kids this Christmas season that will last and keep them off of screen. So let's get started. The first category of gift that we're going to look at is creative learning tools. And what I mean by that is those things where your kids can use them both for creative purposes and in education to help them learn and have fun without the mess and without a lot of waste. Things in this category would be things like dry erase books. You can find a lot of ones that are just fun mazes and puzzles and things like that. You can find educational ones that help your kids work on beginning letter formation or dot to dots. You can also find things like stencils. My kids absolutely love to work with stencils, or even a fun dry erase board and markers can be fun too. One of my favorite ones in this category though would have to be these LCD writing boards. So they've got these little pins, they're attached so you don't have to worry about losing it, and your child can draw and write and create and then click and erase. So way less waste than you would have with paper. It is not adding to the clutter in your home. What my kids really like about it is if they create some great work of art, there's actually a lock button on the bottom so they can lock their screen, so they can show it to everybody, or even take a physical picture of it if it's something really precious, and then they can clear and start again. We actually use these in our homeschool every single day. If you've seen any of my videos, you know that we use these for math. We use them for handwriting. We use them for spelling and so much more. So these are definitely a great investment, both for your kids' education as well as just for a little fun, and perfect for on-the-go learning like in the car. The second category is audio-based learning gifts. And what I mean by this is anything that your kids can listen to. This could be giving your kids a favorite worship CD, or maybe it is giving them Adventures in Odyssey. We love those audio dramas for our family. Focus on the Family has audio dramas of classic books, things like the Chronicles of Narnia, The Hiding Place, the Screwtape Letters, and more. Highly recommend those. And oftentimes, just a little secret, they're usually on a Black Friday sale. So be sure to go subscribe to their email so you don't miss out on those deals. But we love to get those audios, and we love to also get things like inexpensive MP3 players that just play music and audio and not have access to internet or videos or things like that. Along with those audio-based gifts, a lot of times you have to figure out a set of headphones, and one of our favorites by far has definitely been the iClever headphones. We've been using iClever headphones for literally over 10 years. Like, it's been insane how long we've been using them, and we love them. Right now, my girls are particularly loving their noise canceling headphones. They work just like regular headphones, but they actually cancel out the ambient noise or the background noise that's going on, which is great for my sensory sensitive kiddos, especially if you're traveling like on airplanes or you've got big holiday gatherings. This can kind of help dull the noise. We use it actually just in our homeschool day because with 6 kids, there is a lot of distraction going on, but then it also uses Bluetooth to connect to any of their devices so they can listen without the need of screens to podcasts, audiobooks, music, and more. So these are really fun, and they are currently on sale right now. I'm going to put a coupon code here that you guys can use to get 10% off of these great headphones and grab them. They also make fun stocking stuffers as well. The third kind of kit that can be really fun is arts and craft kits. Now, you might already think about these things, but think outside of the normal box. Usually you can go to your local store and you can find a craft kit of beads or maybe rock painting or things like that, and there's nothing wrong with those whatsoever. But a lot of times they're overpriced, and honestly, they're a one-time use. So we like to get things that are maybe a little bit more creative or have at least more longevity within them. So things like the diamond painting art, that's something my kids are really into right now, specifically my girls. You can get those as small diamond art paints. You can do them as very big ones and elaborate ones so they can last a lot longer and they work on those fine motor skills with your kids. Things like watercolor paints and paper, those are gonna last a lot longer for your kids. One of my daughter's favorite things right now when it comes to art kits is the flower press kit that they got from Eco. They are really enjoying this one. I was worried it would be like a one-time use thing when I first saw it, but it's actually something where they're able to press together these different fabrics and papers and press together to make their own flowers and designs. But what's cool about it is it all pops apart and then they can reuse it over and over and over again. They literally have spent hours playing with this toy, making and remaking flowers. We've gotten to tie it in with our bee study that we're doing in science this year and learning about parts of the flower. And they're like, hey, it's like when we add the stem here, or this is what we do here. This is how they pollinate it and things like that. And the best part is they're enjoying not only creating, but they're also following directions and learning through that process as well. Number 4 would definitely be STEM or building kits. So there are a lot of great ones out there. We of course love your typical things like Lego or Magnetiles. Now granted, we always use the off-brand Magnetiles and have had zero issues with it. And they are significantly cheaper than the other ones. I'm gonna link down to all of these things that I'm mentioning below so you guys can see what some of our favorite tools are. Lincoln Logs are another huge favorite in our home. Our kids will use these to build as they listen to audiobooks, history, science, things like that in our homeschool, and it gives them that creativity and a little bit of engineering experience. I also like to pair these with our building cards. We have a building challenge card in our Etsy store where they are given different types of tasks that they have to create, and they can use any mean or method that they want to create these things, and my kids really enjoy that too. Number 5 would have to be educational games. There are so many amazing board games that you guys can find out there, or card games that you can find for kids. I actually have a video that's coming up very soon about some of our favorite on-the-go games, so small games that you can take with you on the go, whether it's to holiday gatherings or in the car, or just to have in your purse for the moments when you might need to occupy the kids and have some fun with learning. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. And I'll link down below to a few of our favorite games that we like to use in our homeschool. But learning through games is so fun. Kids enjoy and love being able to get it. It helps to build teamwork and a lot of deductive reasoning skills, logic skills, and more. Number 6 might not be something you would think about as being an educational fun game, but it's definitely screen free and your kids will have hours of fun, and that is dress up play and costume. We all know that kids, especially in the elementary age, but even sometimes further than that, can enjoy and learn best through imaginative play. There's a lot to be learned, life skills. There's a lot of just things that happen when they act out, right? Different history lessons that they're hearing about, or when they're interacting with others and they're learning script reading and memorization, or maybe they're writing their own plays. A lot of these things can be a lot of fun. So add to your list some dress up things. Now, these don't have to be your traditional princess gowns or Disney characters. Think outside the box. Sometimes our favorite gifts as kids and my kids' favorite gifts have been when I've gone to Goodwill and I have found suit coats, or I have found hats for them. I have found maybe an apron for them to pretend like they're a chef, or I found a bag or a purse or a suitcase that they can utilize in their imaginative play. So don't think you have to buy pre-done costumes. Oftentimes, finding your kids a selection of different things like scarves or wigs, things like that, are things that are actually going to develop more creative play than being typecast into one specific character and are going to lead to hours of fun. Number 7 is books. We absolutely love books in our home. If you guys have seen any of my book hauls, you know that is something we are all about. But you can get your kids chapter books. You can get them picture books. You can also get them graphic novels. We love graphic novels in our home. And in fact, this video right here is packed full of some of our favorite graphic novels that you can use for your kids, which are the best gifts you can get, especially if you have struggling learners. So go check that out now.